What's good, everybody? With the Sea Viper trailer dropping, I now have access to the move list. So you already know me. We're gonna break down this video. Already gonna be long enough. I'm not gonna overtalk it. Like, comment, subscribe, and let's get right into it. Alright, the first move is a new move she has. It's called Force Focus, where she puts up a shield. I'll read it out right here. When Sea Viper feels threatened, she can use a new move called Force Focus, where she puts a protective barrier in front of her before releasing a kick. This attack can absorb attacks with armor and be held down to absorb more hits or cancel with the forward rush. And this move is inspired by the move Focus attack in Street Fighter 4. Now this move right here is pretty interesting because you can also cancel it to use it for combos as shown in the trailer, and you mainly want to use it against people that matches a lot. So this new shield move is pretty good. And then on top of that, if we can react to drive impact, you ain't got to spend a bar. DI costs 1 bar to spend. If you can just use your force shield and you can just punish that with that. So it's pretty good on resource management. Let's move on to the next move. Alright, next up is her Thunder Dash, and it's a forward special, so 9 times out of 10 this will be her anti-air. Let me read it out for you. We discovered something new with the iteration of Sea Viper. Thunder Dash can be transitioned into Tracer combination. That's the new follow-up attack they added. It's where she's doing this little overhead. I'll show you in the video. You know, it's tricking your opponents to overstepping. The OD version travel further than the light and medium version. So her Thunder Dash is back from Street Fighter 4. Yes, you see in the trailer you can go under projectiles, and if you want to use an extra meter to follow up with it, you can do like a little dash after it. That's why you see she glows a little bit after doing her thunder thing instead of just stopping right there. When she glows a bit, she is spending a bit of meter. So this move is going to require some meter. We're going to have to see how this like follows up in the lab. But for now, just know the forward special most likely will be the heavy version, which is her anti-air. That's usually how it goes. Forward special is usually the anti-air. We don't know how it'll be like on Wake Up. It'll be invincible DP. I'm pretty sure it'll just be one of those anti-airs that is not invincible on DP. So we'll see how, it is October 5th. But with that being said, let's move on to the next one. Alright, next up is her iconic burning kick. And this move is plus on block, so don't be afraid to throw it out in the air. And she also has a new follow-up iteration of it. So let me read this out for you real quick. It says the follow-up burning kick is called Knuckle Pursuit. You can do a forward dash with an additional hit if burning kick lands. And if you're feeling extra hot, you can do burning kick with double burn. The flaming kick, both legs, is plus on block, like so. All moves plus on block in the air. And you got to spend a little bit of meter to it. So you got to spend 1 bar of drive gauge just to, get this little extra additional hit. Sea Viper can use burning kick in the air to keep her opponents guessing. Light version drops straight down. Medium heavy maintains her jump momentum. So like I said, light you can kind of use in the air to feint out. Medium and heavy, you use that to go fully across the screen and to get cross-ups. So that cross-up game you saw in Street Fighter 4, it is carrying over to Street Fighter 6. So this character will be an air demon. She will be an air demon, so you better have your anti-airs on point going against this character. It's going to be a heck of a fun time to play this character. So we'll have to lab what you can actually do after like the follow-up and seeing if the follow-up is actually worth it, because it looks like after the drop kick, you get a bounce. Maybe that just counter hit. You have to see. But for now, we'll have to lab all that. But for now, just know we have access to both of the follow-ups. And the burning kick is the back air. And then you can do burning kick in the air with the neutral special. So don't worry. We have quick access to the burning kick. Okay, next move, we're going to talk about the Seismic Hammer. And this move is looking like it's just going to be a nice launcher to extend combos. So our third observation is Seismic Shock, or scientific name Seismic Hammer. Using her gadget in her gloves to send a shockwave through the ground as her other moves. The buttons pressed determines the distance. She can also perform a feint with this attack to keep opponents on their toes. So this move, I thought it was going to be kind of used like as a poke tool, like on Kalai's in Street Fighter 5. But in the trailer, they're just mainly showing it off as a combo extension. So, which is pretty good. You can probably catch people off guard with it. It's our down special. We don't know. The problem is like Sagat with his fireballs, we don't have access to all of it. We'll have to wait and see. It might not just be listed here because sometimes like JP's, his down special, he has access to all of it, but it's not listed. So it might be the same for C. Viper. It might be just down special, but it's not listed. But also you can also feint it with one button, which is really good. So it'll be very easy to do seismic shock feints, and it'll be very easy to just simply do follow-up combos. So yes, we are going to be cooking pretty well with C. Viper if we're able to do all the iterations of the seismic shock. Hopefully they give us the close version, so that way it's a whole lot easier to extend our combos. We'll have to wait and see, but right now this move is looking pretty sick. Alright, that was all the specials. Now let's get to the command list. Now first things first, I want my modern T people to rejoice. We do have an overhead, and as usual, it is our forward medium. We do have an overhead, so drive rush overhead will be a thing. Drive rush low overhead mix, that's what we love to see as a modern character. This will automatically make her much better. Next is her double kick. I don't know the frame data on that. We don't know if it's special cancelable or anything, but she does have a double kick. We'll have to, lab that out, see if it's good. Of course, the usual generic sweep. Nothing too much, it don't look like it's like long range reaching like Elena's or others, but it's just looking like your standard sweep. And then your super jump. Your super jump is a command input. You gotta press down and then up, and it costs 1 bar of drive gauge. So we're gonna have to be very, very meter. We're gonna have to watch our meter when we're playing C. Viper, and we'll see if we really need to super jump in neutral or something like that. But for now, these are all her command list. It's pretty short compared to the rest of the roster. Alright, next in her supers, and I want to read out something to you real quick. Limit Decoupler is her level 1. This one requires special attention to understand the details. After an upper kick, she pushes her heels to the maximum potential as they light up the fight. During this install, it no longer uses drive gauge when performing high jump or special moves that require it, and it also works in Burnout. Now, just in case this went over your head, her level 1 is an install. Just like Mai's level 1 is an install where she get her fans, C. Viper is a level 1 install, which makes a whole lot of sense. Because remember, to do these cancels, some of them requires drive gauge, and you will burn yourself out really quick just doing one combo, what they be showing in these trailers. But now we understand that level 1 is an install, so when her whole body is flashing up like this, as you see, that's not just a timing thing, that's just basically her install, allowing you to cancel for free. Now we don't know how long the install is or how many uses of the cancels you can get, but it's looking like if we want to do the crazy combos like this without burning through so much meter, we need to do the level 1 install, which in my opinion makes C. Viper so much better, knowing that we can do these cancels for free without spending any meter at all. So, and then on top of that, her level 1 does like great damage. There's a combo where they did like at least 40% just off of 2 hits and then to this level 1 combo. So her level 1 hits pretty hard, and then on top of that we get a buff install for that for the rest of the for how many uses. It's looking like we're gonna have to choose between, just like you had to do with Mai, going for the level 1 instantly or saving it up for the level 3. But me personally, I'm probably gonna use the level 1. Alright, let's get on to the other 2 supers that she has. Alright, next, her level 2. Her level 2 is just a nice cinematic, a nice nod to Street Fighter 4, because in Street Fighter 4 she does that little chop, and then they gave her a little extra oomph doing a foot dive or a dive kick, a burning dive kick. And I want you to peep something. Notice how she's doing it in the middle of the screen, and the level 2 is literally carrying this man all the way to the corner. So the corner carry on this level 2 is kind of insane. It's looking like you can do this mid-screen and just easily carry them to the corner and then continue your jump pressure from there, which In my opinion, this is gonna be like insane. You do your level 1 for the install, and then you get so much benefit out of your level 2 by just simply putting them instantly in the corner. So you would definitely want to do this like level 2 if you want to get somebody in the corner quickly. If they're in burnout, it's looking like a pretty decent level 2. The damage might not be good, but the corner carry is just off the charts. And then the level 3, you know, it's just a standard level 3. You know, it looks pretty cool. She dodges. It looks like she gets hit in the face, and then she goes in the air and then slams their face to the ground. It's a nice level 3 cinematic. There's no buffs, no installs, no nothing after that, but it's a nice looking thing. And this is all a Sea Viper's moveset. Please share the video with other modern people if you want to. Share it with your friends. It really helps the channel out. Like, subscribe, and you know, we out.